Hey, welcome to the new video of Angular. So in this video, we are going to cover three things, which is creating the Angular project and then understanding the folder structure of our Angular project. So we'll just see how the Angular project looks and how those folders are connected to each other. And the third thing is like we are going to see how to start Angular project locally. So with this, let's start with the video. So here I have created this folder which is called as YT Angular. So the same, I have opened this in VS Code. So let me quickly open the terminal here. So as we have seen in the previous video that we had installed Angular globally. So which means if I open the terminal and here if I put or write this command which says ng version, we should get the Angular here as well, which means we would be able to access Angular from this terminal as well as we have installed it globally. So let's start with creating the Angular project. Let me clear this with this command, and to create the project I have just written the command here as well which says ng new and then the project name. So this is what we need to type here, and I have taken this from Angular documentation. So from here you can refer the things, right? What are the things, what are the basic steps to get started. So yeah, this is the one. Let me just copy this and let me put here this, and let me give the name as my first sorry Angular app, right? So with this it will take few minutes maybe. Yeah, it will ask few questions here. So do you want to create a zoneless application without zone? Yes. We'll just give it as no. So you can follow now. We'll just see, or we will deep dive into this in detail as we move ahead, but yeah, for now just select no here, and then this is what it is giving, like what is the style sheet format you want to use. So we'll just select CSS for now, and then this is about server side rendering thing. So for this you can just put no for now, and later we'll see this in detail as we move ahead. And then this will start creating the Angular project. It is like installing all the required packages from Angular library, and it will take few seconds based on your system's speed. Okay, so here if you see, it's created and it says packages installed successfully, and here if I just open this, right, I can see my project name here, and this is what it has given me, right? All the Angular packages, right, which were downloaded, I can see in the node modules, and a lot of things we can see here, right? We have a public folder, and then we have this src folder as well. So let's dive deep into each and every folder, what is the use of it. So let's go to the first one, which is package.json. So it is a similar package.json file that you usually see in any Node.js project. It is not different than that. In Angular as well, we have the same package.json where it lists out all the dependencies which we have installed. So as we have installed Angular, it has installed this particular dependencies, right? Angular slash common compiler core. So all these dependencies are listed here, and apart from that the dependencies which are dev dependencies, so those are also listed here. And apart from that we also have the scripts here. So I will not deep dive into this because this is not specific to Angular, it is common to any Node.js project. So yeah, this is the same, and the same goes for package.log.json. So as you all know, this file is used to log the particular version, right, of any dependency. So it is a similar one, and here you can see this tsconfig.json file as well, the three different files, right? So this tsconfig.json is again not specifically for Angular, it is a tsconfig file for any TypeScript project. So this is a base configuration for TypeScript where we can put all those things. So I will not deep dive into this as this is not directly linked with Angular stuff. It is more of a TypeScript part where we have a base tsconfig JSON which decides how the TypeScript would be, what would be the uh, script which would be used, and other things. So it is similar to that, and as you all know, just a high level, this is a tsconfig.spec.json which is for a testing purpose. And then we have this tsconfig.app.json, which is specifically for the application which we are running. So let's suppose if we build this particular project, then whatever the TypeScript files, it should be converted to JavaScript. So where it should be listed out, right? So out there. So this is all uh, related to TypeScript. So we'll not cover in detail, but yeah, this is all the things that we see here. And then we have this readme.md file, which where we can just put a documentation of this particular project. So yeah, so that's all about this particular common files that you usually see. And now let's go to the main file here, right, which is the angular.json file. So in this file, if you can see, this is our project, right, which we have created inside this folder. So this is kind of a base configuration file for our angular project, we can say, right? So if I just close this, right, so we have created one project, which is this, my first angular app. So this is what we can see here. So there are a lot of things here in this file. So we'll not deep dive into this at this moment because it will confuse you. So as and when required, we will see what is required, but whatever the main things, right, which we need or maybe we can understand at this point, we'll just see that. So here you can see this project, right? So if I just close this, we have this projects object, and here we have the project which we have created, which is my first angular app. So if I expand this, all this particular attributes are the configurable attributes for our project. So let's suppose here we have the source root. Okay, so our project is angular project, and here our source root is this, right, src. So that is what we are mentioning here. So we'll see this what is inside this src, but yeah, this is what we can decide. But if I just change the name of this src to maybe xyz, so same I can mention here as well, that my source root is different. And here we have a app, so this is also a thing which is acting as a prefix. So we'll see this, but yeah, this is also something we can change, and based on that we need to use that same thing, uh, or like as we change this, so whenever our components are created, this will be used. uh, just you can just go through this the high level at this point. You'll not get it completely, but don't worry, we'll just see these things as we move ahead, what is the exact use of these things. And this, then we have this architect thing. So if I just close all these things which are important, or like the four objects which we have inside this architect object, we have a build, right? So this things is something talking about what build or what builder is used from the angular package, right? So this is the thing, right? From angular build, we are using application thing, right? So this is one of the things, so we don't need to change this thing. This is just a configuration thing for angular. When it runs or when it builds, this is what it looks for, and accordingly processes the particular angular project. And likewise we have other things as well, where it says browser, where it says browser, and it has source slash main.ts. So it says this main.ts is something our root file, not root file, but the root ts file, I would say. So this is mentioned here. And likewise we have what is the TypeScript config file. So here it is configured that tsconfig.app.json is the file that you need to look for. And then we have assets here. So if you see here the assets, as I said, asset is something like maybe a static files. If you want to have a logo and different static files you want to include in your project, so that information we are giving to this angular project, that our assets would be present inside this public. So here if you see, this is a public folder, and you need to take all those things whatever I will put into this public folder. So this is the thing that we have, uh, which angular by default mentions. And here is the globe, which means all the different types of format is included, right? So that's why this double star slash star is included. And then next is styles. So this talks about the styles.css thing. So whenever angular project wants to look for a global css, this is the path it would take, source slash styles.css. So if you see here from this file, we have a source, and inside that, where is that? yeah, so inside source, and then we have at a source level we have the styles.css. So from here it takes the global CSS thing, and then we have this configuration thing which is production budget. So these are all the things that we will see later as we progress. And then we have this serve file, which talks about like when we run any Angular project, which we will be doing soon. So this is where the configurables of that particular serve command goes. And likewise we have other things as well, which is extract I 180 sorry 18n, which talks about uh, internationalization. So this is just a maybe a jargon I would say, but yeah, we'll just see as we go ahead. And then here we have this test. So this is the configurable items for testing. So this is all about angular.json file. So let's go to the next folder. The next thing that we are going to see, let me close this, is this public folder. So we have seen this, right? This public folder holds all the static files. So if you want to have a fav icon, maybe you want to have a logo in your application or some static data, so that you can put everything inside this folder, and from here you can use that in your code. So this is about that. And then this is the core thing, right, where our actual application or project data would go, which is inside this source folder. So if you let me close this. So if you open this source folder, we have this three files, right? Index.html, main.ts, and styles. So this three files are something acts as a root files, I would say, where index.html is a HTML file, which is something served to the browser once we open any Angular project. So this is a basic HTML file, and here you can see this apt hyphen root, which is a selector. So we'll see this, what is the use of it. But to know about the structure, this is the root HTML file, this is the main.ts, so this would be a root TypeScript file, and again this is about the styles, right, the global styles which we put. So let's maybe start our project, and then we will see this app folder, right, what is the use of it. So for running any Angular project, you can just go to this, and here you can see this command, right, which is ngserve. So what you can do, you can directly put here as ngserve command to run the Angular project locally, or you can do is you can run this using the npm command as well. Oops. Okay, so let me put npm start. So with this npm start, basically we are going to this package.json file, and we are triggering this particular script, right, which is ngserve. So both the things would work. So let me start with npm start. So if I click on enter, it will start this. So if you see, it has already, I mean, even we have triggered npm start, it has gone inside the package.json, and it have triggered ngserve. And now this is how the Angular project looks. So let me open this locally. So this is the app, right, which is a this is a default app which has been created by Angular, and this is what you can see. So if you see this UI, which is Angular, hello, my first Angular app, and all of these things, right? So what do you think, like from where it is coming? So all of this is coming from this app component, right? So here if I expand this particular app, so this is acting as a root component, right, which is displayed on the UI. So now if I go to this app.html, and if I just delete all of this, you can see a white page here, right? And if I just write here as h1, maybe hello beast that codes, the same thing you will see here as well. So here this is our app, or we can say a root component of our Angular project, and here we can put whatever the things we want to put, and this is how it will work here. I think that's pretty much from this video, and in the next video let's deep dive into this other folders, which are app.config.ts, like what is this particular file used for, and likewise let's see the app.roots as well and app.ts as well. So see you in the next video, guys.